I'm Noelle. Thank you for tuning into this channel and watching this video. The reason I started this channel is I'm really into health and wellness, and it's what I do. I help people transition, like if they're looking to stop eating meat or they just want to be more plant-based. I help people basically make the necessary adjustments to live the life that they desire. Because of course we all can do things, right? Or not do certain things and get the results that we desire out of our life. One of those for me is finally deciding to be gluten-free. May 1st, 2023, I decided, okay, Noelle. Oh, by the way, I'm Noelle. I think I about to say that at the beginning, but I said to myself, Noelle, you have known for about 5-6 years that gluten does not agree with you. Basically, whenever I would have gluten, wheat, I would get bloated. And now I know that the reason I lacked so much energy was because of the gluten that I was eating. I didn't know that it was causing me to be tired, because I realized I was like 85% of the time I'm tired. Even if I sleep really well at night, even if I'm eating right and, drinking lots of water, I would just be like feeling like I was climbing up a mountain every day throughout the day. And I'm like, oh, I need to take a nap. But what I really needed to do was to just not eat gluten. So May 1st, I finally decided no more gluten. And as a result, I have more energy. And that tiredness and that fatigue that I would have most of the day, every day of the week, is gone now. And another thing that has been amazing is my digestive system has really, it's working, for real now. Like, I used to get up in the morning and I'd go to the bathroom, I'd have a bowel movement once a day, basically. And I always heard, well, you should go at least 2 or 3 times a day, or every time you eat, you should go. And I'm like, I'm hearing people speak about this and reading articles about, bowel movements and, digestive health. And I'm like, I wasn't experiencing this 2 to 3, even though I felt like, oh, I'm eating healthy. But for me, gluten does not work. And now that I'm not eating gluten, I'm going to the bathroom. Not just in the morning, but in the afternoon and in the evening. Sometimes at night. Like the first time I had to use the bathroom at 9 o'clock, I'm like, I gotta use the bathroom. And then I went to the bathroom and actually used the bathroom. Like, my bowels actually moved. Because it's not like I haven't had the feeling of needing to, but it's like my bowels wouldn't move at that time of night. And they definitely didn't move throughout the day. So being gluten-free has really changed my life, because I have more energy. I'm not bloated anymore. And I'm going to the bathroom like I'm supposed to. So if you are thinking about being gluten-free or letting go of any other food that you have a sensitivity to, because, if I had, if gluten was an allergy for me, or if I had, I'm very mindful about what I say, so I don't want to say a dis-ease that, starts with a C, if I had that. But basically, when you have an allergy to something, the symptoms or the reactions are like super obvious, or, you need an EpiPen or something like that. But I didn't need that. I just got bloated. I'd be tired. And now I know that's why my bowels were not moving. So they were glue, I guess, glue bowels, because gluten, And when you think about that word gluten, like glue, well, how in the world could glue, like when I think about it, I'm like, well, why did I think something with the word glue? And it would have been good for me anyway. Like, I wouldn't go pick up a glue stick or a bottle of Elmer's glue and just be like, chug it down and be like, ooh, delicious and nutritious. So I say all that to say is that, one of the things I want to say with this is that I realize that me being gluten-free is actually me showing myself a whole lot of love. self-love, self-care is not just, I don't know, a hot boba bath or taking a nice long shower or going on a vacation. But it's like, well, okay, so you go on vacation, but what are you eating on vacation? Is the food that you love loving you? Like I had a neighbor who he used to say he made amazing Italian food. This was back when I was still like, I think I was like maybe in middle school, high school, And he was a neighbor of ours, and he would say, you must eat what's good here and good here. Once it hits the digestive tract, if it's good there, that's what matters more than if it tastes good here. And a lot of things, like I kind of notice in America, we're more so prone to, sugar, salt. We don't eat a lot of bitter things per se, bitter herbs or, things that aren't sweet or salty. Like, it's like, oh, sweet and savory. But you need some bitter, balance is important. But he would say, don't just eat what's good here, eat what's good there. And honestly, I'm like, if it's good here, definitely eat it whether it tastes good here or not. Just because, if, we live to eat versus eat to live, then we might not be living, as long as we could. So if you're thinking about it, I encourage you to do it. Now, one of the things that I have realized is that, and it was a bit challenging, but obviously I have, less options. So I love veggie spring rolls, right? So when I go to my favorite Thai restaurant, I can't order the vegetable spring rolls anymore. I can't dip them in the sweet and sour sauce. No more. But what I can do is order, like a fresh basil roll. The other week I almost asked the restaurant, could y'all take my fresh basil roll and throw it in the fryer? But I couldn't do that because I asked them previously. I said, okay, well, I have a gluten sensitivity. And I asked about the spring rolls. I said, are they gluten-free? They said, no, they have wheat. So then I already knew that the crispy tofu was fried in cornstarch. So I started thinking, I'm like, okay, I was reading articles about being gluten-free. And they were like, one of the things to be mindful of is cross-contamination. So I said, well, let me ask the restaurant. I said, well, do y'all fry the tofu and the spring rolls in the same fryer? And, and she was like, yes. So I was like, well, that means the crispy tofu, even though it's coated in cornstarch, is actually not gluten-free because it's fried in the same oil as the wheat spring roll. So that's why I couldn't ask for my fresh basil roll to be fried, because they don't have a separate fryer. And a lot of times, most restaurants aren't going to have separate fryers. So it's up to you. It's up to me to be mindful of, like to be mindful, look at the menu, ask questions, and ask as many questions necessary to make sure that, I'm getting a yes or a clear no on, and so I can make a good decision about what to order. And for most of, like, I love Thai food, so most of the Thai restaurants, I just get curried vegetables and rice, which makes me a little sad, but, and I get the fresh basil roll. So I still get, like, the little dip experience, but, crispy versus not crispy is just a whole nother thing. But if y'all know of any, brands that have some good gluten-free egg rolls that you have tried that are also dairy-free and egg-free, because I don't eat dairy or eggs as well, put it in the comments and let me know. And then I can go try it. And I can fry my own spring rolls and, maybe bring them in my purse to the restaurant and be like, and then have my, spring roll experience. But anyway, so I'm feeling much better. And then on an emotional and a mental level, I feel amazing because I'm proud of myself for actually doing what has been best for me. Like, I saw the signals and I was like, okay, I just won't eat gluten all the time. But it's those little things, like, if you're a Bible person, it's the little foxes that spoil the vine. So it was those little, spring roll here, flour tortilla here, not asking for a gluten-free bun here, you know, getting, sauteed vegetables, but not asking for tomato sauce. All those little meals, it wasn't every day, but when it did occur, it was an interruption, a huge interruption in my energy, a huge interruption in my digestion, which has been constantly interrupted because I never really committed to gluten. And I'm missing one. Energy, digestion. Oh, and well, with my belly, it just bloated. Who wants a bloated stomach? I know I don't. The other thing that'll make you bloat is eating too fast and inhaling a whole bunch of air. So be careful. But so I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you're thinking about releasing gluten, if you have another food that you're sensitive to, but you're not quite following the you're not paying attention to the signal where your body's like, hey, don't eat that. It's not best for me. I would encourage you to take a leap of faith. Have the discipline to do what's best for you, because nobody else is going to do it. No restaurant is going to look out for you like you're going to look out for you. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother. Nobody can really look out for you the way you can, because right, we know ourselves, or we should know who we are. So like I said, I've known for years that gluten really didn't agree with me. But for me, because I didn't need an EpiPen, if I had gluten, or, whatever somebody would need for a gluten allergy if they were exposed to it and, on accident. But, mine were just little symptoms, discomfort. Now I know how tired I was. It was because of the gluten. Wasn't going to the bathroom because of the gluten. So now I'm like, hey, let's stay on the gluten-free train. Y'all gonna get on the train with me? What y'all think? Oh, well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please click like. If you know somebody that needs encouragement on discipline and being consistent, because that's really where the money is. That's where fulfilling your desires is discipline on a consistent basis. If you're disciplined but it's not on a consistent basis, then can you really call that discipline? But anyway, love yourself, love others, eat foods that love you. Okay? Have a great day.